Hi everyone, number one Marmaduke fan here. This is not a True Believers number one. This is a Marvel's Greatest Creators number one. Kind of the same basic idea of True Believers where they reprint a old comic book for a buck. This one is a reprint of Silver Surfer number 51, but these ones are based on popular creative teams. So Ron Marz, the writer, Ron Lim, the artist. We're going to talk about Ron Lim's gorgeous compositions as the penciler for this issue. But I want to take a moment to appreciate Ron Marz. So Ron Marz, if you don't know, he is a vocal proponent of feminism and a vocal opponent of sexism, misogyny, and anti-feminism, especially from the dreaded comic book customers. So I bet you didn't know this. Fun Ron Marz fact. The Charles Xavier from the X-Men is basically based on Ron Marz because Ron Marz, he's psychic. He has the ability to know the contents of a video without watching it. So one day, little old me, I made a video on art history and feminist art. And Ron Marz, I want to thank you, sir, because you checked my privilege. You helped make me a better ally of feminism because without watching my video, you were still able to psychically determine that my video on feminist art must be misogynist. So thank you, sir. I've learned a lot. I will strive every day to make videos so that the next time you don't watch them but psychically determine their contents, I will pass your approval and be butter in my appraisal of feminist art so I don't accidentally fall into any, problematic statements. So thank you, sir. I've learned a lot from you. Now let's flip the page and see, what our good feminist ally Ron Marz has from... Oh no, a butt! And that butt is attached to a female figure with an hourglass shape. Ron! Oh no, this caters to the male gaze. This literally oppresses women. Oh, Ron, buddy, what are we gonna do? What if someone sees this? Okay, guys, forget the first 2 minutes of this video. I'm gonna fix this. So we gotta make sure that no one sees this, or Ron, he could have it. Oh, this could ruin his whole career. Okay, I'm gonna do this for you, buddy. Here we go. Oh man, what if someone saw it? Oh, I gotta do it here too. Oh, okay. We did it. No one's going to destroy our friend Ron Marz's career now. Whew. Okay, everyone, forget that. Boop. Oh, what was I talking about? Oh, hey everyone, number one Marmaduke fan here with a review of Silver Surfer number 51. Beautiful pencils by Ron Lim, inks by Tom Christopher. He does a fine job. Writer? I don't know, probably some old white dude. Who cares who the writer is? Let's talk about this comic. So it opens with a great opening of one panel zooming in on Galactus's face, I, hunger, in a big bold letters. That's great. All right, so our main character is Nova, and Nova has taken the place of Silver Surfer. Excuse me, cough squad. I never read Silver Surfer growing up, except maybe like once in a while he'd have a little guest appearance. And I'm really starting to appreciate the character. I have some friends on Twitter who like roleplay as Norrin Radd, and I can see why. He's a tortured character, and basically his problem is that he works for Galactus, who eats planets, and Norrin Radd cares about all life. So what are you supposed to do if you're forced to work for someone who routinely commits genocide and you love all human life? And Norrin Radd's solution is basically to find uninhabited planets for Galactus to eat. But Nova doesn't have these same moral concerns because she looks at Galactus as a god and these people as ants. Like, why should I care if Galactus eats some ants? Basically, they're primitive. They won't have any culture for millions of years. And Norrin Radd is trying to convince her that you have moral obligations. You should do everything in your power to preserve life. And there's this great back and forth between them. I want to talk a bit about the art. So this is all a setup for like a fight with Thanos in the Infinity Gauntlet. And what's really interesting is you're getting excited for the fight because Thanos has fought Galactus. Galactus wasn't at full power. Now he's going to be at full power to fight Thanos. So there's this really great, who will fight who and what will their powers be, right? That kind of stuff. But during the build-up for that, during this kind of like little interlude, we have this really deep moral question and this really heartfelt question for Nova. So I marked this because it's this really great panel. The inker, I want to get the inker's name again? I don't know who that is, but Ron Lim, the penciler, Tom Christopher, the inker. Tom Christopher does these interesting little sketchy things, almost like fingerprints, to give give a little speckle to the space scenes. And this has like a really strong like vanishing point. And clearly this panel inspired this cover. And I'm guessing he drew this first and then reworked it for this to kind of clean it up, put the arm in front of her to push him in space more. The leg is kind of like poking up awkwardly here, so he tucked it behind the surfboard here, and he actually de-emphasized the really strong vanishing point from this panel, which is dynamic and pushes them forward in space. But this, they're going straight across, but he put this like cool like space stuff here. Actually, I don't know if he did the cover too, did he? Oh yeah, it was the same team that did the cover. And so this kind of implies, because there's some weird space stuff going on, this is in front of this, but this is in front of this. That's implying that maybe there's some like, time distortion or space distortion going on. So Norrin kind of flies her around, and there's like all this cool reflection going on in his face, and he's talking to her about the value of life, right? Not a lot of fighting going on, but it's an interesting little conversation. And they go faster than anyone's ever gone before. It's super duper over the top and crazy. And they show up at this little planet with kind of like ape people. And she says, well, I don't care, if you're a primitive bird, if you're a primitive ape. Spoiler, it's the caves of Lascaux. So the world they were talking about was our world. And I just marked this because it's really interesting to see real, art history images show up in comics. The Lascaux caves are very interesting, very dynamic, simple shapes. So what she learns is the world that she would have willingly given up to Galactus was her world, was our world. And so what this teaches her is don't overlook any life, and any life could have potential. And that's actually kind of, even though these are like super duper space people with space guides, the moral problem they face is a moral problem anyone could face. Are you treating all people like they're actually human lives with dignity and value? Now, her problem is that Galactus is involved in a battle pretty much to save all life in the universe. So if you are forced to make a decision between sacrificing one planet and all life in the universe being eradicated, then what do you do? And faced with that moral quandary, she leads Galactus to a planet so he can charge his powers, right? And then she feels grief over it. She takes responsibility for her choice. Even though maybe it was the right choice because she had to do it to save all life in the universe, she still feels bad about it because she has agency. Yes! Wow! And then it's like the cool setup. Hey, we're going to have Thanos, and he's got the Infinity Gauntlet. This was great stuff. Okay. Oh, the ultimate duel between the Silver Surfer Epic Collection. Wow, look at that beautiful babe in like a Princess Leia slave outfit. That's really gorgeous and maybe problematic. I wonder who. Oh no, Ron Mar. Oh. By Kennedy, Lim, Curtis, Smith, Ranny, and I don't know, some toxic white male. I'm #1 Marmaduke fan. I love you guys. We don't need no stinking 10-minute videos. Catch you later. Boop, 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 ba-doop, boo.